I've got 3 drills for you today that are going to supercharge your impact. Impact, as we know, is huge. Making the strike point super dynamic. The dynamics that you see with the best players in the world, we see so often. Leg action, popping off the floor. We see this left leg really jumping up so that they can create some vertical force. The dynamics of the levers, how much this golf club, if you've ever noticed, left-footed, not really, if you've ever noticed that golf club really down through strike, creating so much speed, left foot trap, so much speed that it creates this blistering ball energy that if you've seen the top players in the real life, takes your breath away, as it has done mine. So today, I've got 3 ways of really making those 3 areas that you see so prevalent in today's game come to you, come to your golf, that just might, this weekend, take some cash off the boys. So first up, I really want to talk about the leg action. I'm going to pose you a question, and do comment in the comments below. When was the last time you jumped? Yes, that's right, something as simple as jumping. I know it seems so strange, but the jump force in a golf swing is huge. We see so often feet leaving the ground through strike. Now, if I get one of my clients on the mat and I ask them to jump, I'm pretty sure they'd feel a little uncomfortable about doing it because they haven't done it for a little while. Now, whilst this sounds a little silly, I need us to practice jumping in a golfing form and starting to understand how the feet need to feel when we're striking the golf ball. So all we're going to do is chuck the club down. We're going to get yourself set up. And then what I want you to do is split your feet out. Left heel in line with right toe. And then what I'm going to get you to do is simply turn your chest away from the target. Don't worry about where your hands are going to go. Just turn your chest from the target. And then what I want you to do is pop your feet off the floor and switch them around. And whilst this seems a little bit odd, what it's actually teaching you to do is to transfer energy from your left foot to your right foot. We're going through rotation. We're going through rotation. We're going to push up and off with the left foot, and then we're going to switch the feet around. And then what we're going to do much the same with the golf club in our hands. We're going to split our feet out, and then we're just going to make half a backswing. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just switch the feet around and make a through swing. And what this is doing is creating this rotary force from a vertical nature. The vertical nature is popping you up off the ground in an effort to switch your feet around. So you start to switch your feet around and you can see how open my hips become. When you then start to see how open your hips become, imagine resisting your chest when you're doing that. So I'm going to hold my chest back, pump my arms down, and then rotate my feet. Good luck with that. Garbage. So when we start to think about this push off with the ground and this switching over of the feet, and we see the energy coming out of the ground with the best players in the world from the get-go of their downswing, and then you've got golfers trying to get the club down and swing from the inside whilst trying to rotate their body, you're going to snap yourself in two. So this popping the feet from left foot forwards to left foot back will really start to give you the sense of how your chest opens up. I wasn't much of a dancer, but I'm not a bad golfer. And so this leg action can then really start to feel like you can encourage it in your golf swing. And so all we're going to get you to do is now feel like we could actually skip the left foot back a little and the right foot forwards a little. And so as we hit the balls, we're just going to feel like we can get the feet to pop off the floor we can switch the left foot forwards and the right foot back. And so we just get that sense that the feet are starting to work. Now at this stage, we're not really interested in how you're striking it. We're just putting energy down in below your feet. Now for a lot of you, that is really hard to do because you don't really think about striking the golf ball with your feet. That's why feet get so trapped and locked in. We're just trying to fire those up. So then when you come to actually start to hit a shot, we're still feeling that same vertical force, that same sense of the chest opening up, so that when we pull, we really start to feel like we unravel. And this is just purely a movement with my leg action. I don't care where the golf ball goes. At this stage, all I'm isolating is belt line down. Isolate it so you can create some energy that you can start to really open yourself up from the ground, from that switch over point, so that we can really start to get, this is coming to a TV screen near you, so we can really get some switch over point of the left hip and right hip. But what it's doing is making my chest open up, so that I can start to get some momentum with the golf club. Imagine trying to create that kind of rotary force, and then you get someone to say, pull the club down, pull the club down. It's working against that force of rotation. So the leg action, that little drill, is really going to help you out, fire up that leg action. Up next, number 2, is the load and unload of the golf club, the leverage. So as we swing golf club back, we start to feel a bit more set. But not only do we feel a bit more set, I want you to feel a bit more radius. So as we set and load the golf club, I'm going to feel the push out with the arms. So set and load and push out, and then when I swing on the other side, I want that golf club to unload back up and push out, so that I start to feel the moment where handle and handle at belt high, and you would have seen this is a bit of an oldie, this one, handle and handle at both sides, but the club has gone set to set. But what's really important is that we have a force outwards with the handle, because that force outwards with the handle is the very thing. So I'm going to push my hand out. Look how it sets the golf club up, as opposed to when I pull my handle in, look how it keeps the club head down. So I'm pushing out and setting. Now the club swings, I'm pushing out and setting, so that you really start to get that sensation of that club swinging up both sides. But I also have a sense that I'm pushing the force away. Because that force away, if you've watched enough of my content, that force away is a huge momentum of the club head down at the bottom, so that it can swing up both sides. So then when you start to link the two, really getting this force with your leg action, and then you start to feel that swinging moment. So there's the push out, there's the set, there's the energy. I'm going to pull, push, swing, and I really start to get this dynamic motion in isolation of two portions of my swing, belt down, belt up. But the belt up is really through the levers. But the footwork is allowing me to get around the golf ball to start to swing the club back up the other side. So there's the push out and set. I'm going to pull it. Now I'm going to really switch my feet over, and so I can then start to unravel and get this club swinging up the other side. Jumping is really important. When did you last jump? Get yourself out there, put your feet apart, pop them across either side, and that will really start to open up both the lower half and upper half. Then, once you've got yourself setting and unsetting the golf club, you'll really start to feel the top and the bottom. If your golf ball when you start making these kind of dynamic moves, they start hitting them miles off to the right. Or you start hitting the golf ball miles off to the left. You might want to go and check out my essential grip guide and grip playlist. Because that, my friends, is where you need to look next. To hell with all of this path nonsense. To hell with all of this angle of attack rubbish. Get yourself moving, people, and deal with the face angle. Once you start to get moving, you'll really start to understand that you can hit golf shots that look something a little bit like that. Check your grip, get your feet working, and start loading and unloading that golf club. I think you'll find, my friends, that is good coaching.